Morning, everybody. It's a beautiful morning up here in Alaska. It was 18 below this morning, and right now it is 2 below. So we're kind of having a little heat wave. I got a beautiful little fire going, nice cup of coffee, and just taking it easy. I'm writing in my journal this morning. But I wanted to do this video on off-grid and what it means to be off-grid. I think if you ask 10 people what it means to be off-grid, you're going to get 10 different answers. And that's rightly so. Everybody's property is different. Everybody's situation is different. So, in that vein, off-grid for me is this. My property out here in the Alaskan range is 70 miles from the nearest road. Which means that for me to get back to a road, not civilization, or a town, or a city, for me just to get to a road is 70 miles, and I have to do that on a frozen river. And that's hard riding. So if there was an accident or something, it would take me 70 miles just to get to the road. Then from the road, I would have to get into a town. But off-grid, to me, is no social services. If something goes wrong, you can't just call somebody and they'll be here in 5 or 10 minutes. Out here, you are completely dependent upon yourself, self-sufficiency. So over the last couple of years, I've watched a lot of these videos from Doug and Stacy Off-Grid, Off-Grid McGarvey Style, Wrangler Star, 46 North, Cecil E. Skinner. These are all great channels on YouTube. Love watching all of them. They're fantastic. But one thing I've always noticed during these videos is when I first started getting hooked on them, I'm watching them and I'm just like, that's freaking awesome. Wow, look how they're doing this, look how they're doing that. And inevitably, they'll always pan the camera and there's a car or a truck sitting in the driveway. And it just dawns on me real quick. It's, wow, you have a driveway. You can just get in your vehicle and drive into town when you want something. Now granted, that town may be quite a ways away, but you still have the ability to just get in your car and be there in 20, 30, 40 minutes, whatever it may be. And it's funny, I'm not trying to be an elitist here, but I don't have those amenities. Like I said, I'm 70 miles out in the middle of the Alaskan bush and forest, which is awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. So be careful what you ask for, you just may get it. So when I watch their videos, it always amazes me that when they claim to be off-grid, there's always a power line hanging in the back or something, and I've got no problem with that whatsoever. Okay? Over the last couple of months I was thinking about it, what it really means to be off-grid, and I came up with the terminology. You're either city folk, suburbs, country, off-grid, or fringe. Last year, me and my neighbors were snow machining deep into the Alaskan range, and we had Denali sitting right there, Mount Foraker sitting right over here. It was a beautiful morning. We're sitting out on the frozen river. We're enjoying a lunch, and we were talking about it, and that's when I coined the term fringe for us. That's the first time that they had heard it. So I started saying, guys, we're not off-grid, we're fringe. Now, what we're on the fringe of, I don't know, because we are definitely 40, 50 miles past off-grid. We don't have any roads out here. We don't have any running water, no social services, no power lines. We have to provide all those things for ourselves, which is just exactly the way we want it. We wanted to get away from society, away from people. Now, that doesn't mean we're antisocial by any means. We just want to do our own thing, on our own schedule, on our own time. And that's exactly the lifestyle that we provided for ourselves out here. And to each and every one of you, you should do the same. So when it comes to the terminology off-grid and what that means, it's going to mean something different to every single person. And a guy named Prepper Nurse 1, his channel, Prepper Nurse 1, if you haven't seen it, go check him out. He actually did a video on this a couple months ago where he's describing the same thing that I am right now. And he's absolutely right. Off-grid means something different to every single person who is off-grid. And I think it's just a piece of property where somebody calls home and they're just 1 or 2 steps removed from all the amenities that society offers you. I went a little bit more extreme with it. There's no doubt about that. And, you know, whenever something happens out here, I can't just go running out and fix it. If I don't have the tool, if I don't have the part, if I run out of gas, I mean, there is no Home Depot right down the road. I've got to go 70 miles on a frozen river, get to the road. Once I'm on the road, I then have to go into town for supplies and things like that. So, a lot of these channels that I do watch, they're fantastic channels. Keep doing what you're doing. And I'll go ahead and mention some of them again if you guys haven't seen them. There's Wrangler Star, Cecil E. Skinner, 46 Degrees North Off-Grid, Offgrid McGarvey Style, Doug and Stacy Off-Grid. There's Dirt Patch Heaven. I believe they've been traveling the country. There's Justin Rhodes. Him and his wife built a bus, and now they're doing the Great American Farm Tour, which is awesome. Justin, if you ever see this video, brother, I love you and your wife. What you guys are doing, that's fantastic. Keep raising those chickens, man. That's awesome. So, once again, guys, I'm going to be signing off here from Alaska, deep out in the bush here. I wish all of you the best. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep punching. Keep your boots dry. And best of luck to all of you. Also, questions and comments, guys, please feel free to leave them. I love reading them. Even you trolls. I'll read all comments. That's fine. I'll answer any and all of your questions when and where I can. I don't get into town too much, and I don't get to the internet as often as I would like. So I am kind of disconnected, but I will answer as many of your questions as possible. Please feel free to start a dialogue with me. It's entertaining. I don't get to see people too much. I'm not a hermit yet, but I'm getting there. So keep the comments and questions coming. If you like these videos, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to me. Comments. I love the comments. If you see something that I'm doing, and if you see a better way for me to do it, please give me a suggestion. I love it all. So best of luck to all of you guys, and have a great morning.